Hello and welcome. My name is Brendan McGowan and I'm the Education Officer at Galway City Museum. Today, as part of our Galway in Objects series, I'm going to tell you about the Claddagh ring and about the oldest known Claddagh ring, which was made in Galway more than 300 years ago by a man named Richard Joyce. The ring known as the Claddagh ring has three symbols: a heart, a pair of hands and a crown. The hands hold the heart and the crown sits on top. The hands symbolise friendship, the heart symbolises love, and the crown stands for loyalty. The ring is a Galway variation of a type of ring that was worn all across medieval Europe, but today it is almost exclusively associated with Galway. It was widely worn by people from Galway or by those of the Galway connection. It is also worn by people from other parts of Ireland or by those abroad with an Irish connection. According to tradition, a person whose heart is taken wears the ring with the crown facing inwards towards the wrist, while a person whose heart is free wears the ring with the crown facing outwards towards the nail. Galway City Museum is lucky to have the oldest known Claddagh ring in its collection. The ring was made by a goldsmith named Richard Joyce, who worked in Galway in the early 1700s, more than 300 years ago. We know that this ring was made by Richard Joyce because the inside of the ring is stamped with his initials, or J or I. There are two other sets of initials on the inside of the ring, N, C, M, and M or C, which suggests that it commemorates a marriage. The ring is made of gold, so it probably belonged to someone wealthy, and from its size, it is thought to have belonged to a man rather than to a woman. There is an amazing story told about Richard Joyce. Joyce was a young man living in Galway in the mid-1600s. At that time, Galway was an important seaport, which was surrounded by a thick stone wall with several towers and gates. For the previous 200 years, the town of Galway had been ruled by 14 merchant families, known as the Tribes of Galway. The Joyces were one of those tribes. In the 1670s, Richard Joyce left Galway aboard a ship which was bound for the West Indies. The ship was captured off the coast of Africa by Algerian pirates. Joyce was captured and sold as a slave to a Turkish goldsmith. For the next 15 years, the talented Joyce learned to become a goldsmith. When William III of England, known as King William of Orange, became the King of England in 1689, he demanded the release of his subjects. The Turkish goldsmith pleaded with Joyce to stay, but Joyce refused and returned to Galway, where he set up his own business. The museum has several pieces made by Richard Joyce, including a beautiful silver reliquary, which was made in 1723 and used to house what is believed to be the skull of Saint Ursula. Richard Joyce was just one of a number of goldsmiths working in Galway in the early 1700s, who made the rings featuring the heart, hands and crown. At first it wasn't known as a Claddagh ring, but in time it became associated with a Claddagh fishing village on the edge of Galway town, where it was worn as a wedding ring. In the 1840s, two travel writers visited Galway and they wrote about the Claddagh. They have many peculiar customs. One is worthy of special note. The wedding ring is an heirloom in the family. It is regularly transferred by a mother to her daughter, first married, and so on to their descendants. After that, it became widely known as the Claddagh ring. In the late 1800s, Dillon's Jewellers in Galway, which still exists, became strongly associated with the ring. Today, it has become a symbol of Galway that can be seen throughout the town.